guys, it's Paul here again in our video. Obviously last time I had the Quantun R out, now I've got the Rally RX out for a little blast. So last time I forgot the controller, and this time, as you can see by the tape I've got on here, I forgot my body clips. So this was kind of a last minute plan. I just grabbed the car and I never gave it a thought. I've not brought any tools or anything, just the car and a battery. So we'll get a little rip about it. But in this video what I want to do is just obviously have a rip of the car, show you how good it is other than this horrendous body. I mean, that's made of like fucking toilet paper. It's probably the shittest body I've ever seen in length and thickness ever made. Other than that, the car's amazing, and at the price we can't argue too much. But I wish they just made the car even like £20, $20, whatever you want to look at it, dearer, and just give you a little bit better length and body. But overall, the RX off-road, on-road is absolutely amazing. I've got the suspension up at full height, and you can see it's a fast car. A lot more predictable than they are to handle. As I say, I have a lost signal there. I must have my battery. Yeah, it's a lot more predictable than they are to handle, and you can kind of read it more the way it dips and turns. So you can see it goes up on 3 wheels, for example. So when you're on the limit, you can see the wheel lifting off the ground a tad. It's actually a remarkably good car at jumping as well. But like I say, the body really lets it down, so it's probably the only negative. But with this video, obviously I want to talk about what I'm doing with cars, what my plans are, etc. And also just the state of RC just now. So everybody knows everything's a lot more expensive these days. I've brought this up a few times, and it's good to see companies like Hpi with their Maverick series. You've got obviously Team Corally's now brought out the new Syncro 4, which is on the budget range. So when budget cars are getting to 4S, in my opinion, they're not really budget. They might not be made of the same quality materials, might not be able to jump them crazy high in the air without spending a bit of money on them first, but out of the box you're getting a lot of fun, and that's just what I really appreciate. So for just now, obviously getting this car out today, my next video probably be a run of my Quantun 8S that's back up and running. But I've just got a really great deal off a guy that used to do his RC channel, James Gibb. So if any of you guys know who I'm talking about, I'm meeting him tomorrow, and I'm getting an M2C chassis for my Quantun 8S that I'm buying off him. So I'm going to get that video hopefully done, get the car all stripped down. We'll take it out for a run without that chassis. I'll show you how beat up my chassis actually is on that car. I mean, I've had it for day one and there's not even any paint on the chassis. It's not really bent or anything, but the way I look at it is, when I'm talking about the price of RCs and budget, that's like a £1,000 plus RC car, and it's kind of been neglected a little bit by me. So I'm going to, instead of buying another car just now, I'm going to put a bit of love into the Quantun 8S, get all M2C'd, some withe hubs on the back of it. Not anything just like, I'm not upgrading it because what I tend to see a lot on channels, in my opinion, people will upgrade their cars purely because people say, oh, there's a new bit by withe, a new bit by M2C. I need this because, say, Kevin Talbot or somebody like that's telling them to buy it, exo caged. But you don't need all the bits, it's just key parts. So I'm going to get, like I say, hubs I want because there's a little bit of play in the back. Chassis I want because basically my chassis is ruined. I've got my money's worth out the chassis, and I want the car to look nice. Other than that, I'm going to keep the same motor, probably keep the same servo. I've put another steering acrement on the Quantun, but I've just went for the standard plastic one as well, because another thing in my opinion is you can have all these upgraded parts, but the same token with that is you need brake points. So there's no point getting everything metal. I'd rather a £10 acrement breaks and a £50 one doesn't break than something else snaps. So it's getting the balance, and obviously you've seen me, I do some quite hard bashing videos, but I'm not trying to be like Rich Duper Bash style, look at me, I'm higher than a lamppost jump all the time. That's not the way I bash. I like to try and look after the cars as much as I can, although I have been neglecting them just because I've got too many. But I don't like to purposely do something that I think just even to make a video that's going to actually break the car. So once we get that out, you'll see what I'm kind of got plans for it. But for just now, back to this little Maverick Quantun. It's absolutely superb, real fun little car. You see it, It absolutely rips too. But for the price point, it's fantastic. And like I say, Corally's done obviously this new Syncro 4, which I've been looking at, and you know, I was thinking about getting like an Asuga or the Sparks, like a buggy, because I wrote off my Radix, I'm not going to lie. I had a crash where it's in bits, so I could replace it, but I may as well just keep the motor, either get a roller and just put all the stuff back into that, or get something else. But when you see budget cars like that, you can't argue. It's value for money. I mean, we need more at that price point at 4S. And even my 6S cars that I've got, I run them the majority of my videos, you'll see they're on 4S, because it's great having all that power, but too much power wears down gears, wears down transmissions, blows tyres, costs you money. And you can still do your backflips, you can still get your speed runs. You seen my Corally Jambo wheelie in the full length of this on 4S effortlessly. So in my mind, 4S is always enough power for usable power anyway. I mean, I could convert this car to 6S, do a bit to the shocks for it, and probably be even faster, but I'm having crazy fun just driving this around myself just now. So yeah, that's kind of my take on things there. But I'm really looking forward to getting the big crating out, showing you guys, and hopefully you'll be interested in seeing the video of me putting the chassis on, stripping it all down, showing you the parts that I've found weak over time, the parts that I'm not happy with, parts that I'm very happy with. So we'll go in depth about that. Well, I'm on a sort of semi-rant about RC costs and things, because obviously it's never been a cheap hobby, but it's at its dearest just now for sure. But what does frustrate me is, like, companies like Arma, Traxxas, all the big ones really, like the cars that are, you're talking like £1,000 cars, and you're having to upgrade them and put different parts. I know you need, like I say, you need plastic brake points, but some of the cheapness in the cars for the price is disgusting. So it really frustrates me. I just wish companies would start thinking about, you know what, instead of all these upgrade companies making money, maybe just make the thing decent to start with. So yeah, it's kind of, it took me away from the hobby a little bit too, because like I say, obviously money is always key, but it's expensive. I don't do much. I drink occasionally, nothing else. RC is my hobby. Between RC and playing guitar, that's all I like to do. But when you're seeing yourself just having to buy something every time you're out because a car's made shit, it just annoys me. You're like, what's the point? So I took some time off, getting frustrated. Obviously weather didn't help, but now I'm going to select a few of my cars, get them really high level, maybe buy something else down the line. But for just now, I want to really get some of my cars up and rolling good. And if I do get something, like I say, that Syncro 4 is really interesting me, or some kind of Corally buggy, because you all know I've got the affiliation with Corally. They've sent me out a free car, they've been really good to me, and even advice I've gave them before then about faults I found with their cars, they actually listened. And once they were listening and doing things, that made me like, that's a company that I want to buy their products. So there's always that as well. But we'll go back to ripping this car around and try and get some laps around this little oval. I mean, I don't know how good this is for you guys to watch, going around the circle, but it is so fun. You see how these tyres are warmed up? Whoa! And there goes my no body clipped body. Right, we'll be back in a little second. Just before I stick this body on as well, you can see I've not been gentle with this car. I've had it on beaches, sand, probably how it's got a bit rusty and things, water, whatever, but at the price point it's not really broke. I broke little arms on the front of it, I hit on a curb and I broke a front arm, so I got a set of 4 arms for it on the internet for like £6. So I mean, how can you beat that? It's value for money, and if you love the hobby, it doesn't matter like how fast the car is, what manufacturer, things like that. If you're having fun with a car and it's making you smile, it's worth every penny, and this car is definitely up there. Just wish I brought body posts for it. well, body clips, I've got body posts, that would be even worse, but it's probably going to come off again. Like I say, I've just basically got it taped. But like I say, the only thing it really does piss, look at that Lexan. I mean, look at that, that's an absolute joke. I'm going to need to get a new body for it, and I'm going to reinforce it with shoe goo and some tape next time I get one. But you shouldn't really have to do that. I mean, the wheels, I've got the suspension high, you can see it's rubbed through the paint. This body is basically folding in half at the front, and it's definitely seen better days, so it's the only real negative I've got with this car. But other than that, it's a fun little machine. I don't know what you can actually gear it up to top speed wise, but I don't know what's going on. It's going to pull into the side a bit after that crash. What have I done? I think it's because of the body sitting. Yep, that's one of the wheels is touching off the body because the post isn't in there. That's not the car's fault, that's mine. So I'm going to change this tape to hold this down again for a little second, then we'll get back to doing some filming. On a separate note for the cars, that's my baby there, my Honda Civic Type R. That's in for its MOT in a few days time, so fingers crossed it's going to pass. It needs a good clean, but talking for value for money and fun, if you like your cars, these Hondas are absolutely superb. Yeah, when I see such sunny days like this, what I'm really looking forward to doing soon too as well is getting my boats back out, my Blackjack and my Spartan, and obviously my favourite boat of all time, the Harbin Horizon Tug. So I got that for purely to rescue my boats, but it turns out, although it's slow, just the scaleness and the way you can go about it, that's probably one of my favourite RCs I've ever had. So I'm going to get some of that done soon. This sunny day weather just really makes me so much feel better about everything to do with RC. Oh, look at that little thing go. Oh, it's a huge drift. 3 wheels. And again, without all this sort of stability aids, like there you go, that drift there, that was all me. That's nothing to do with the car helping me. And when you mess them up, like I said in my last video, you know you're the one that's fixed it. So yeah, I'll probably leave a video now, guys, with just some footage for you, and hopefully you enjoyed that, and hopefully you look forward to seeing the things I've got coming up soon. But this is just a little random last minute deciding to come out and do a video. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Paul out, and if you're going to get an HPI car, definitely recommend it. But if you get one of the rally versions, basically get your body all reinforced before you drive it, or it'll end up like this one, absolutely hanging to pieces. So yeah, catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye.